You're teed up for Golf News RI TV on CW Providence with your host Joe Calabro and his guests. We're talking everything golf around the region and on the tours. Now, here's your host, Joe Calabro.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 17 of GolfNewsRI TV. I'm GolfNewsRI co-founder and CEO Joe Calabro. Thanks to everybody for following along all season long. Today, we are here at Inside Links in Cumberland to talk about some indoor golf. Now, this episode is not meant to rush the rest of the golf season by any means. We realize that it's only the beginning of September, but this is where it fell in the schedule, and we do want to highlight indoor golf. As GolfNewsRI has reported, there's been a huge explosion of indoor golf facilities in the state just over the last couple of years, whatever it's been. We did a story about it last year. We actually did multiple stories about it last year. And it's been pretty crazy to see. The technology is amazing. So there's facilities all over the state, all different regions, Newport, Warwick, East Greenwich. I always find that people go to the ones that are near them. That's what I've kind of found. And today we are inside Links in Cumberland with Mario Lemme. Mario, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having
me. Actually, thanks for having us at your place.
Thank you for having me.
To waste some part of your day.
We're happy to have you.
So indoor golf, as I mentioned, has been exploding. We've highlighted it. You got into this last year, March of 2023, so you're going into your first full year, I guess, if you will. We'll talk about yourself first, how this came about for you, and kind of what was kind of the idea behind it.
Sure. So during COVID, it was between jobs, and then I decided that I probably wanted to venture out on my own, and I explored several business opportunities, one of which was indoor golf. While I was exploring the indoor golf opportunity, two places opened, so I figured I was right around the target. So we went right ahead and chose this and opened Inside Links. We started in the fall of actually 2022, and we opened in March of 2023. And
so far, like I said, you're going into your first full year. But so far, what have you seen from the indoor golf game, if you will, the business? What kind of things have you taken away so far?
So like you said, a lot of local people, but there's people who, range people, there's people who come in to play, there's people who come in to kind of have a good time, and they like our model of bring your own alcohol, bring your own food. So we tend to attract a lot of different people. January and February got significantly busier than the rest of the year in March. The rest of the year was relatively slow, but it picks up the deeper in the winter you get.
So you're looking forward. Everyone watching this is saying, "Don't rush the golf season. Don't rush the golf season." You're saying, "Rush the golf season. Let's go. Let's get to November."
Actually, not at all. I like to golf myself, so we want to be I want to be playing, and our time will come. We want to augment golf. So, for instance. We're under the understanding that Atlanta Golf Center, the local driving range, is going to be their last year. So people are going to need a place to practice next year. So I think we'll see a small uptick, at least in our practice traffic during the summer, which will help supplement the winter. So we're in no rush. Our day will come.
Indoor golf, the technology, which we're going to get into in the second segment, has been amazing to see the explosion of it. How has this explosion of indoor golf, how has that changed the golf community here in Rhode Island, as far as now people can play all year, kids can practice, college kids can come and practice, high school kids can practice? I mean, it's a major change for the golf, because usually, November comes and the clubs go away and you can't do anything now.
Right
now, that was the case years ago. Now that's not necessarily the case anymore.
So the few people, and even myself included, that I've talked to, they said being able to play through the winter helped them. They got off to a stronger start this year. They were striking the ball a little better. Not so much with the short game, because there's only so much you can do indoor with the short game. But as far as just having that swing stay alive during the winter, it's helped everybody I've spoken to, including myself.
Now, here at Inside Links in Cumberland, you have leagues. You have. I was up here for the championships.
Yes.
Last year, the fall and the spring one. I forget which ones I was here for. But either way, you guys have leagues and everything. So perhaps you don't have exact dates yet. I know it's still in the planning stages. But just talk to people what they can expect from leagues at Inside
Sure.
Links and how to get involved.
So there's two types of leagues. We have leagues that we host, and we'll have a fall league that starts at the end of September, early October, and then we'll have a what we call the spring league, which will start in January, right after after the holiday break. So and that will run until March. And then we have private hosted leagues. So last year we had two groups of people that had a league that were outside and they wanted to bring it inside so they could go through the winter, and that went pretty well too. So that we work with the league commissioner and work out an arrangement what night they want to be here, how many hours they need per night. Per week, and then and we go from there. So we had two of those last year too. So
yeah,
we probably have room for one more, I think.
And we were posting the results on GolfNewsRI.com last year.
That's correct.
What was the league? It was Grand Putt Auto or something?
Grand Theft Auto Putt.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was a very clever league name. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. They had their own logo and everything. It was very, very clever nickname. So you can have your own league if you want. If you have your friends, you can come and party here at Inside Links and just reach out to Mario, and he'll take care of you there.
We also had Sultans of Swing too. So.
Yes, the Sultans of Swing was the other one, yeah. And we'll probably post the league results. People like seeing their names, and it's kind of interesting.
They do. If you remember, they used to post golf scores in the journal, and you go look for the paper so you could see your name in the paper if you wanted. You did well. So
now you can see your name in the paper for hitting on a TV screen. As you get ready for the fall, and continue to build this facility, this place, what's kind of next for Inside Links? What are you looking forward to doing? What do you want to do with it? Obviously, you want to keep growing and keep building it.
So yeah, we want to add a new bay. We actually have plans on the way to add the fifth bay, which is very exciting for us, and hopefully next year a sixth bay, and then we'd have to look beyond here in a second location. That's the long-term plan. Hopefully we get there. I'd like to get Bay 5 up first, though.
Yeah, one thing. Let's focus on one thing at a time. And so it's BYOB. Bring your own food. Bring your own stuff. I know you got guys bring their own beer and stuff. There's a liquor store right downstairs, isn't there?
Right downstairs.
So it's pretty easy. I know there's a pizza place around the corner, so it's very easy to do that. I do want to acknowledge before we go to commercial break, I mentioned all the different local facilities in Rhode Island. It's been an explosion, so I just want to acknowledge them. Obviously, Inside Links here in Cumberland is a cool place. You have Golf 365 RI in Warwick. You have V Golf at Triggs in East Providence. They just opened their second location, or they just opened their Triggs location last year. Newport Indoor Golf was one of the first indoor facilities in Rhode Island. It's between them and V Golf. Between the two of them, they're not really sure who exactly was here first, so it's kind of funny to talk to them. So you have Shanks Clubhouse in EG, and you have Links Golf in NK, and also, for what it's worth, X Golf is opening a new location in Warwick as well. They have a location at Lincoln Mall and currently in Warwick. So those are the indoor facilities. Again, they're all across the state, and I just wanted to give a shout out to all of them while we tape this show here at Inside Links in Cumberland. When we come back, we're going to go through the technology. This is GolfNewsRI TV. I'm Joe Calabro. Stay tuned.
Now back to GolfNewsRI TV with your host, Joe Calabro, and today's guest. Special thanks to our sponsors, Providence Performing Arts Center and 4 Evergreen Turf Management.
And welcome back to GolfNewsRI TV. I'm Joe Calabro. We're here at Inside Links in Cumberland, previewing the indoor season. And yes, I know it's only September. I understand, but it's coming quickly. So we're here previewing the indoor season. Now, one of the cool things about indoor golf is the technology. That's why you come here. That's why you come to these types of places, to see the data, to see the technology, to play famous courses. So right now we have the screen set up on driving range, and Mario here is going to take us through some of the technology that we're using, some of the numbers that you'll see, and everything else. So what do we got?
Sure.
What are you showing? All these places use different technology. Some use TrackMan, you use Foresight. It's all, I don't want to say it's the same, but it's similar. So we'll talk about kind of what technology is and what we're seeing.
This is our launch monitor. So this is the brains of the operation. Every indoor place will have a launch monitor. Some will be on the floor. Most places put them out overhead. We prefer the Foresight models because of their accuracy when we open. This will capture all the ball data. Once the ball is struck, it's going to capture the speed, the direction, all the telemetry, send it to the computer. The computer processes it, and it puts the product up on the screen. We have we have practice mode up right now. You can practice any distance. And And then we also have course mode. So when a lot of our customers will come in, they'll warm up with the range, and then they'll jump out onto a course.
Let's. I'm gonna hit a couple of shots. I did this last week with Spargo Golf. You nailed it. So we'll see how we do today. Here at Inside Links. For people that are wondering, I'm hitting a 7-iron. It's the same club I used last week. So we'll see how this goes. All right, the foresight monitor says ready. Well, I didn't shank it, so that's positive. So now it gives you all the data on the screen. Pretty interesting stuff. People that are into that type of thing. So total spin, carry 151, total length 165. So it's interesting. So this is the driving range mode. Now you can also play golf course. Now how many courses, give it estimate, can you play on these?
Right
things?
now we've got about 1,000 courses.
Holy moly!
From all over the world,
including some of the famous ones, right?
Many of the famous ones.
So can we set it up to play? Do you have Pebble Beach?
Sure.
All right, let's set up for the famous par 3, was the 7th hole at Pebble.
Okay.
And then we'll play that hole, show that off. You can take a swing if you want to see how you do under pressure of TV. And so we'll set that up. We'll play the 7th hole at Pebble Beach. All right, so here we are. We're at Pebble Beach, clearly. The famous hole at Pebble Beach, one of the most famous holes in the country. The par 3 7th hole is playing 93 yards downhill today into a crashing ocean. So we'll see what happens. My opponent in this one-hole match is Mario's son, Carlo. So we'll see how we do. We're playing for $1,000, I think. So we'll see what happens. We're not really playing for $1,000. That was a joke. All right, let's see what happens. Is this thing ready? Okay. I'm hitting a pitching wedge for those that are wondering. And into the water. I hit it though. All right, Carl, you're up. See if you can do better than me.
You're in a deep rough, Joe.
Switching clubs here to a lob wedge.
And you're 24 yards. You're probably going to play more like 34, even 40 yards.
It's my caddy. Almost. Now this is on auto putt, so we don't actually have to.
Yeah, so once you get it on the green.
Well, I have to chip it onto the green. So go ahead, Carlos, see if you can do better. As Happy Gilmore said, somebody's closer. All right, he beat bogey. And this is how you make a mess of a hole. All right, Carlo wins by a shot. There you go. That's simulator golf for you in a nutshell. Mario was really interesting as you bring Mario back in. Carlo, congrats on your win. Check's in the mail. Really interesting. Obviously, I think people notice when you go indoor golf, the chipping and we didn't do putting, but the chipping and the putting is always the trickiest thing to adjust to because you don't actually have to hit the shot. People think you have to hit it into the screen. You don't really have to hit it. So
Correct.
That's always the trickiest thing. That always gets me when I play indoor
Yes.
golf.
Yeah, short game, chipping and putting, definitely the hardest part. But again, mostly keeping that full swing alive through the winter and, getting a let competitive golf in, when you can't, when it's snowing out, when it's cold out, when it's raining out.
Yeah, it was so interesting to be here during the league championships because I was surprised at how competitive it was. Like these guys were really playing. It was, for all intents and purposes, serious golf.
Yeah, it was very intense.
Yeah.
It was silent in here.
It was really interesting. You set up the courses for them. You tell them what courses they're playing each week. And again, Mario said the leagues will be starting at the end of September, early October, give or take. So look for that. We'll have links on our website so people can sign up as well. When we come back, we're going to wrap up the technology portion of the show. We have some club champions to acknowledge, and we'll preview next week's show. This is GolfNewsRI TV. Stay tuned.
Now back to GolfNewsRI TV with your host, Joe Calabro, and today's guest. Special thanks to our sponsors, Imagine Gift Store and Schoolhouse Apartments.
And welcome back to GolfNewsRI TV. I'm Joe Calabro. Again, we're taping this week's show here at Inside Links in Cumberland. Come check them out as they're getting ready to start their indoor season. You were just joking how this is the first time you've turned on technology in a while. You guys have been on vacation, enjoying your summer, enjoying your own golf. But technology is so fascinating. Technology and everything is so fascinating, particularly in golf. I was talking to John Pannone last week about how technology is changing his job at Spargo with club fitting and everything. What do you see technology going? I mean, how much more advanced can this stuff get?
They already have, there's actually some really neat technology they have for indoor golf. But you can there's already floors that kind of shift and change depending on the lie, or different kind of textures in the mat, depending on the lie. There's some facilities in the state, they're already using AI integration with their software, so they'll take a couple of videos of your swing and then they'll have some tips pop up and tell you what you need to work on. You can also do video integration, which has been around forever. But there's all different software packages. For example, we use GS Pro. Some places use GS Pro. Other places use something that's more integrated with their hardware. So really, the sky's the limit, and you get more compute power. You get more options, more possibilities.
One thing I wanted to talk about that just came to mind was Operation 36. You guys started it last year. I know you're really excited about it. Just talk a little bit about that program, what it does, and what it provides for people.
Sure. So about a year ago, Operation 36 actually integrated with GS Pro software, giving us the opportunity to offer instruction inside. Initially, the program was geared towards juniors, but really anybody can take it. They've also made it available for adults. So anybody who's brand new to golf, it's a great system. You work from the green backwards, which is the best way to learn golf. So you start from 25 yards out and you get certified all the way back to the back tees.
Well, I'd be a better golfer if I go from the green backwards.
We probably all would be.
Yeah, I think it's too late. So this has been awesome. Inside Links in Cumberland. Again, leagues start at the end of this month. People can book tee times on the website, right?
Yep.
Or
Yes.
just call.
Yeah, you can call. You can go to our website, book now. You can walk in, but as it gets busier, it's tougher to walk in. So I would always at least call before you come.
All right, awesome. Mario, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thanks to Mario and Inside Links for having us. Now, one thing we have to acknowledge, two things left in the show before we wrap it up. Last month or so, we've been doing club champions. We've been acknowledging all the club champions around the state. We have a nice graphic that goes with it. And this week we have a slew of them. I want to say this should be the final week we do this, but you never know. I know clubs host their championships at all different times. So I want to congratulate the following people. Max Jackson wins the Pawtucket Club Championship. Good luck at Rutgers. Ryan Dacey wins the Potawatomi Men's Club Championship. We had the Women's Club Championship earlier. At Warwick, Jake Rosen won his second straight club championship at Warwick Country Club. And Brooke Brennan won her second or third straight Women's Club Championship at Warwick Country Club. We go to Mario's Club Lincoln, where Andrew Guerin won the Men's Club Championship at Lincoln CC, and my boy Nick Maresca. And Gene McMath won the Women's Club Championship over at Lincoln. So congratulations to all the club champions, throughout the year. I think it's a big deal. It's one of the best things we do at GolfNewsRI is cover club championships. People like seeing the name in lights. And so anyway, congratulations to all of them. And also good luck again to Max and Ryan in college, Ryan at Roger Williams University as they try to get back to the NCAA tournament this year, and Max is a freshman at Rutgers. So if we have any more club champions trickle in, we'll add them to the list for next week's show. But I think this could be the last for that. Next week's show, you don't want to miss it. We're going to go to South Shore Village Golf Course. They just got approved from the town of South Kingstown to become public. It's a really cool place. If you have a chance to play there, you should take it. Really unique golf course, one of the most unique golf courses I've ever seen. So we will be there for next week's episode. You do not want to miss it. This has been GolfNewsRI TV. Thanks again to Mario Lemme at Inside Links, and we will talk to you next week. That's a fairway hit, boys.
You've been watching GolfRI TV on CW Providence.